Hello, my name is Nicholas Provenzano. You might know me as the NerdyTeacher on Instagram and Twitter. I am a makerspace director at University Liggett School in Michigan, and before that I spent 15 years as a high school English teacher. I'm excited to share with you today some ideas on personalized learning using Genius Hour, or as it is also known, 20 time. One of the most common things you will hear in education is how we need to rethink what education looks like. Now, it's an easy thing to say, but a much harder thing to put into practice. It's really important that we take the time to evaluate all the pedagogical practices that are out there to do what's best for our students. One of the frustrating things teachers have to deal with is the boring canned curriculum that many of them are forced to give to their students, which eliminates any possibility of real differentiation for them. Not only do teachers find this boring, students find this boring as well. We need to start giving students an opportunity to take more ownership of their learning, and I have just the solution. We can no longer expect to keep doing the things that we've always done. As we've seen this year, things can unexpectedly just blow up in our faces. I teach an innovation and design class for middle schoolers, and this shutdown really made me have to wonder, how exactly am I going to support my students in remote learning? Then it hit me. I have the perfect answer for this. Genius Hour, also known as 20 time, is the instructional approach that allows students to choose what it is they want to learn and how they want to learn it. A teacher's job is to support those students in helping them find resources or maybe understand more complex material. I realized that my class, having shifted to remote learning, needed to empower my students to take charge of their learning. And what I realized was that 20 time was perfect for this. Traditionally, classrooms are teacher-centered, and we need to shift that away to make it student-centered. And we do that by allowing students to let us know what it is they want to learn and how can we support them in that learning. We need to move beyond the idea that content is king. We need to provide opportunities for our students to learn the skills that will empower them to be lifelong learners long beyond their time in our classrooms. My innovation and design class was centered around our makerspace. However, with the shift to remote learning, I needed to find ways for students to create using the resources they had at home. Genius Hour was the best way to do that. A student submitted a series of images to Seesaw to demonstrate his ability to build a side table. He designed it and built it all by himself. These are the type of things you want to see students create. I love this side table. I wonder, though, if he would have been able to build it at school. Was it the specific inspiration of being at home that made it possible? I'll never know, but I love that he built it. Here, a student hydro-dipped some shoes and then created a website using Adobe Spark to showcase the process. Again, I wonder if he would have had the same inspiration at the makerspace at school. Years ago, I implemented 20 time into my high school English class. Students explored a variety of topics, and at the end, we created a TEDx event to share what they learned. Here's a picture of Kitty giving her talk about learning what it takes to climb Mount Kilimanjaro and the missionary work she was going to accomplish when she did this at the end of the summer. This approach to personalized learning was a huge success in my middle school class, just like it was in my high school class. The emphasis on personalization increases engagement, but more importantly, it builds the skills that students need to continue to be lifelong learners long after they leave our classrooms. You're going to feel like there are a lot of hurdles in your way, but don't worry. Relax, take a few deep breaths, and know that you are not alone in trying to implement Genius Hour into your classroom. There are tons of great resources out there I'd love to share with you. Here are just a few resources that are great in supporting teachers who are implementing Genius Hour into their classroom. You can always reach out to me if you have more questions. I hope you seriously consider implementing Genius Hour for your students. It is one of the best instructional practices I've added to my classroom. I look forward to seeing all of you online and in person very soon. Thank you so very much.